I went from living like monks, living out back of the trunk, to pockets of fat with the monks, pockets of fat like the clubs. Now I am living like Trump. Now I am living like Trump. Mimosas and mimosas, mimosas and mimosas, mimosas and mimosas. The Morris Costa Nostra, pulling up in Testarossa, we charging the debt, discharging the debt, discharging the debt, we charging the jet. Swipers on deck, ciphers on deck, ciphers on deck, wipers on deck, wipers on deck. My life is on check, my life is on check, my life is on tubes, my life is a Jew, my life is on you. My wife is on two, my wife is on two. I'm going for three, you know it is me. Red is the pillar, the jet is my pillar.
Peace, family. Welcome to another episode Underground Rural Productions. This show's Brother Rich. As you can see, I'm with the blue pillar. Word up, word up. And before we start the program, I definitely got to give a shout out to the Patreon family, those out there supporting me, making that monthly pledge. Shout out to Aaron Ramos, he's the brother with the book, The Weird
Negro. Out to that brother.
Yes, the brother. Black authors are huge, man, and we need to understand. I know in the internet era, we don't respect authors how we used to, but black authors are extremely important. Period. Books are extremely important. Period. And we gotta respect books and what they do to your psyche, where they take your psyche in the imagination world, and what they could do for you. And it's we gotta appreciate books. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gotta appreciate books. And the brother got an awesome book, and it should be on the screen right now, and I advise everybody to support. It's conscious science fiction, and I think George Lucas said science fiction he said mythology is psychological archaeology or something like that, something to that extent. He said a hell of a quote, and I might have to cut this off because I effed it up, but he made a hell of a quote about mythology, and it was awesome, man. So if I don't got it right, I'm gonna cut it out. If I do, you know I kept this. But with that being said, Blue, we gonna start the show. Blue, we just did a segment for the Patreon family. We here after the Cavs lost the NBA Finals to Golden State.
Yes, indeed.
And we got to take care of some work. Blue's doing some photos for his clothing line at paranormal.com. That will be in the description bar under this video. And the brother got on the shirt. You know the movie's coming out. Let me zoom in on that. Yeah, that's fire, brother. The movie's coming out. I done zoomed in on it. Stay up for a second, Blue. Yeah, I want them to see that. I needed them to see that. Because the brother got on the shirt representing Pac, the Legend series shirt. Yeah, thank you, brother. And, Legend. So we going to take care of some business for his clothing line. Black business. We talk about Black Wall Street. That's what we doing here. So shout out to paranormal.com. And we were talking to the Patreon family. We was talking about this dude. I mentioned this dude several times on the program, Ralph Smart. And the dude, he promotes positivity all day, every day.
All day.
That's his thing. That's his niche. And the dude
smile.
He just smiled. Yeah, the dude just passed 1 million subscribers on YouTube. What I want to talk to you, Blue, usually, this is how it usually goes when it comes to this positivity thing, Blue. You promote positivity. This is how it usually goes. You promote positivity, you ignore white supremacy, you ignore problems within the black community, and you just talk about positive stuff. You do that and you're positive. You're on that side. On the other side, you complain about white supremacy, people call you pessimistic, people say you have a victim mentality because you're saying the system is against you. That's a whole nother side. What I try to do with my program, with this platform, Blue, with myself, yourself, Minister Jew, Supernova Slum, it doesn't have to be either or. I feel as though, Blue, there's a segment of people where I could address white supremacy, get inspired from it, and be positive at the same time, my brother. I don't have to ignore it like Bill Cosby did. And then when he gets his rape case, he says, I think race played a factor in this, y'all. What y'all think? I don't want to do that. But you know what I'm saying? I want to be positive, but I want to address my role down here, where I grew up at, what I went through, my storyline down here. But at the same time, I want to be positive. I don't want to be negative. I don't want to blame everything on the white man. I know what the white man did, but I know it's my responsibility to fix it because I know who I am. I know about that spiritual black privilege that people talk about in other platforms. Blue Pill, with all that being said, talk to me about why you think, personally, positivity just isn't that popular in the black community or on the platforms that we address, like it is on Ralph Smart and The Secret and What the Bleep Do You Know and these other platforms, my brother?
As I've expressed many times on this platform, you know, the glue, the unifying factor in this community and our community abroad, meaning the black experience, quote unquote, is trauma and drama. You know what I'm saying? That's the unifying principle. That's what brings people out to the party. That's what they show up for. You know what I'm saying? Any opportunity to alleviate the pain of the black experience by indulging in somebody else's pain, you know what I'm saying? The voyeur effect, you know, the traffic slows down to see the car crash, you know what I'm saying? This is what people are there for. But people that have a sense of direction and know where they're going, they're going to get on the outskirts of where people are slowing up to watch the crash, and they're going to keep it moving. They're not even going to look at that. They don't want it in their psyche. They're like, why would I even impart, you know what I'm saying? Why would I slow my day down to entertain that? That's going to be on my psyche. That's going to be in the front of my psyche for the majority of my day. And I can fuck around and recreate that experience, being that it's embossed on my psyche. So people that have a scientific knowledge of how the brain works, of how the mind works, those people are only going to want to put into the mind what they want to reflect outside of the mind, outside of themselves and their daily reality, because they understand the whole principle about projecting their reality. These are not the things that are taught in this community. These are not the things that are even taught in church. You know what I'm saying? Even though you can find it in the Bible isn't taught in that particular manner in regards to what you put in is what you get out. You know what I'm saying? The emphasis is not pretty much put on the mind as a lens into this holographic reality dimension that we live in. So, you know, we are led to believe that, you know, our business is somebody else's business. You know what I'm saying? We need to mind somebody else's business. That's how we're going to get further. That's how we're going to get smarter. We're living off other people's external experiences. You feel me? That is what we've been led to believe, unfortunately, in this community. It's a reality show. So the same psychology that people would ascribe to sitting down every week and watching somebody's scripted reality based on reality TV is the same thing that they find themselves doing when it comes to this information, when it comes to quote-unquote consciousness. What Ralph Smart has done is he sidestepped that minstrel stroll altogether and said, look, I'm only going to put forth light into the world. So people that are looking for light and that are attracted to light, those are the people that are going to respond to this message. Those are the people that are going to come to my channel every day that want positive affirmations and upliftment. The people that want to raise children that are competitive in this world to a degree where they're not dealing with competition so much, but the competitive nature of them is dealing with positivity to say, look, I was born into the dark ages, but I refuse to be a dark person, a dark being. I'm a light being, and I want to go towards the light. You know what I'm saying? I want to contribute something to this planet that makes this planet a better place and a more constructive reality for other people that are coming behind me. I want to leave legacy. You understand? Those are the people that are attracted to that message and that information. And for the majority of what I've encountered, those are the people that are attracted to this platform and the information that comes forward from this platform as well. I look towards and I look forward to Supernova Slum videos when they drop. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever I'm going through, wherever I'm at, if it's a low period in my life, just the energy exchange that brother's able to offer by way of his information is uplifting. You know what I'm saying? I could be in a sunken place. You feel me? Supernova come, he got the lion grip paw, lion grow up, you know what I mean? He pull you out the sunken place with that information, that inspirational information. It was once said on somebody's diatribe against the pills that the pills don't have any information. You know, my information is my inspiration. You feel me? The fact that I could just open up and speak from my heart and I don't have to use multiple syllable words. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have to read 1,000 books. You feel me? My life experience acts as my inspiration towards others, and that uplifts them from that sunken place. Okay? The fact that I'm going to speak something and it's going to be real. It's not fabricated or concocted. Okay? It's not scripted. Those things are able to connect to other people and help them out. So if I've helped one person in my lifetime, I'm qualified. But God damn it, you know what I'm saying? If my counts is in the hundreds and the thousands and ultimately in the millions, you know, I feel very good about myself based on that, knowing where I came from. You know what I'm saying? So I have an opportunity at this point in my life to be a light beam in the darkness of the black experience. That's profound for me. You feel me? And I'm not willing to forfeit that or give that up to nobody trying to trick me into negativity. You know what I'm saying? Positivity is the order of the day. And on mediums such as YouTube and the internet, you know, it always, like everything else in life, calls for balance. You know what I'm saying? So if there's so much negativity, if there's so much toxicity, if there's so much imbalance, then where are the platforms that represent positivity? You know what I'm saying? So we applaud. We are sending you over to Ralph Smart to become the 1,000,001 subscriber, the 1,000,002, the 1,000,003 subscriber. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we need to do more of and not feel any way because somebody subscribing to Ralph Smart don't mean the rich is going to lose a subscriber. And that's what these other people be scared of. You know what I'm saying? Scarcity. Yeah, negativity is tied to scarcity. It's tied to lack. It's tied to I don't come from nothing. I don't really have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Can't really get me nothing. You know, all of that is a mentality dealing with lack. You feel me? So I don't care what you put around that. I don't care how you dress it up. You feel me? It's always going to be lack at the end of the day. You feel me? You could be lacking in the penthouse. You know, we often hear of the many stories of people that are billionaires, but they so empty. They don't got nothing. You feel me? Because that can never ascribe you true happiness. You feel me? That can never ascribe you true happiness. And then we also hear the stories of the people, you know, the families. I remember my cousin Will was telling me about his experiences in Thailand, you know, when he was in the villages and what have you. And he was like, you know, our people here don't really know what true poverty is, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? And that's really a state of mind because he said he was around people that had holes in their roofs, you know what I'm saying, the size of, you know, a backboard of a basketball rim, okay? And it would be monsoon season, you feel me? And that rain get to pouring and it's flooding the crib, you feel me? But the family has one another, so they might be huddled in the corner, you feel me? And everybody is just happy and elated that they have one another. And when the rain stops, then the celebrations begin, okay? They get the water out, they get the food going, you and everything is a positive, uplifting experience for them. Positivity. Everybody got smiles on their face. Nobody is sunken. Okay? And that comes from the cooperativeness of family. That comes from the positivity that is projected on one another for them, upholding and keeping that vibration continuous and not letting any external factors ever come in between that.
Indeed. It's definitely a story that, I'm glad the brother will tell you that story so you can relate it to us. Definitely. What would you say? There's a lot of people, my brother Blue Pill, that say they don't like a certain thing, and I'm trying to understand psychological, why people think a certain way and why people behave a certain way, so I can understand what moves I gotta make with the platform. But there's a lot of people that say, oh my God, I can't understand. I hate what's going on in the community with this beef or that beef or this negativity or that negativity. But those same videos get the most views. And those same videos, the people know everything that happened in that video. So Blue, if I don't like a certain video that has a certain negative tone to it, and I don't like what I see in the first 5 minutes, I may turn it off. But why would I watch a whole hour and I know all the drama that goes on in several videos? Because there's people that, what I'm trying to understand is that people say they don't like drama, but they know all about the drama. If I don't like drama, people call me and I'll be like, word, that happened? Oh shit, so-and-so did that? And I'm totally oblivious to the shit. And they're like, Rich, you didn't see it? And I'm like, no, I don't watch that stuff. So I'm trying to figure out, Blue, what's going on in the psyche of people that's calling me, telling me they don't like drama, they don't like trauma, like you said, drama and trauma, but they know about all of it and they could tell me word for word what happened with the trauma and the drama. Blow for blow. Blue, what's going on with that psychologically,
the whole
Blue?
Organizational chart, you know what I'm saying? Like, people had the nerve to send me videos about us. You know what I'm saying? What you think about this? I'm like, bro, I don't watch none of that stuff. Like, how would I ever know? Like, are you serious? Why would I watch that? Why would I participate in anything that I don't want to be part of my experience? You feel me? I'm not going to go there and learn anything about myself or other people necessarily that I didn't know yesterday. You feel me? So it's again, the whole concept of the voyeur nation. You know what I mean? I hate to look, but I got to look. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like, they can't pull themselves away from being attracted to that which, right, in the back of their mind, they are most attracted to. Okay, so they're almost like Ottomans. They're led by the trauma and the drama, regardless of whether they know it or not. Because before it was this, it was the same thing when people complaining about Love and Hip Hop and complaining about reality TV. Okay, they're complaining about Real Housewives. They're complaining about Basketball Wives. But they could tell you the whole cast of characters. They could tell you the whole drama, how this shit set up. You know what I'm saying? Who did what to who on what episode, this, that, and the other. And then you ask them, you like, if you don't rock with it, if you don't gravitate it, why do you know so much about it? Oh, in order to be up on things, I just had to, and even me myself, I have been a person that has parroted that same thing to say, look, in order to know what everybody was talking about, I had to watch it once or twice. And I did. I had watched it for research reasons, you know what I'm saying? To see what was going on. There's a few things as a researcher and a reporter I had to watch to see what the hell was going on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not addicted to those things. I'm not attracted to those things. Once I get an understanding, I keep it moving. And I never go back to that. You know what I mean? It's not pulling me to it. Even though, as of recently, I have found some shit in the community that, some of these things are very entertaining and they like reality shows, and I can't seem to pull myself away from it. But not based on it being negative per se. You know what I'm saying? As you said, because I want to understand the psychology of how some of these things are playing out. You know what I mean? In these days and times, this is a very unique period that we live in, where a lot of the things that we were taught about, like Jim Jones and the cult, psychology, we're seeing examples of some of those things play out in real time today. So it's very hard to ignore for me, because I want to understand the psychology of it. I want to understand what the underlying psychosis is of people that would follow people based off of what they see on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what the hell that's about. You know what I mean? Because it has wider implications as to who we are as a people, period, and why we're such in a jacked up place. You feel me? So there are some very interesting things going on out in the world from a psychological standpoint, but the negativity and the toxicity, you know what I'm saying, and just the serpentine nature of how a lot of people are approaching things these days, you only gonna walk away with that energy if you indulge. You know what I'm saying? You can only jump in the mud for so long before you get up, you know what I'm saying, dirty. Like, that all white suit you got on is not gonna look the same after you take a few dips in the mud, homie. So you need to cut it out.
Are we being unfair, Blue Pill, if somebody else, if another race, because like the people we reference, they may not have gone through the ghetto, the quote unquote ghetto experience. If other races been through what we've been through, would it be the same or or even worse in terms of their rejection of the positive message? Is it that because of our experience, that's why we reject that message? The other people haven't gone through that experience, so they don't reject that message as fast as us? Is it solely the experience?
Ralph Smart's audience isn't entirely comprised of Europeans. You know what I'm saying? Once again, we have this monolithic view of who we are as a people. You know what I'm saying? We are all not just the same people. Just because I say a majority of us are unified under the banner of trauma and drama, there are some people that have been able to escape that altogether. Not necessarily saying they've escaped the experience of trauma per se. They just said, look, I don't want this for myself anymore. You know what I mean? This empty space, I'm going to fill it up with positivity every chance I get, because they understand now how the mind works. You feel me? So I'm not going to expose myself to that. That's not my reality anymore. I'm turning my back to it. You know what I mean? I'm keeping my eyes on the prize. What's the prize? The prize is continuous positivity, because they understand that they are the co-creators of their reality. So anything that they expose their lens to, that is what they're going to project.
Is that not keeping it real, though, Blue?
What you mean?
By turning your back to the problems and saying I'm not going to expose my lens to that, is that some people will say they're not keeping it real. They're selling out. There's different terms. They're cooning. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing the what Monique said, the dude, Lee Daniels. Racism doesn't exist. That type of shit. So, we face with that dilemma again. Are they, being metaphysical, or are they just being a coon? You know what I'm saying?
Again, they're dealing with, I would imagine, self-determination. You know what I'm saying? That this is a participatory universe, okay? So you can option in or you can option out. We have this whole, again, concept that we are all participating in a myopic experience where everyone as a quote-unquote collective is going through the same thing or prescribe the same prescription. And that's not necessarily the case. Some people have been able to break free of that particular sentence, that designation that we have as a people. You know what I mean? And they like, yo, I want more. I want this. I want that. I know how to get it. I'm going to go get it. You know what I mean? Or even at the back of their mind, it's not necessarily that they're not dealing with racism or they don't understand or acknowledge racism every day, because they want to wake up and have a smile on their face and they want to hear something positive from Ralph Smart. That's a melanated man. You know what I'm saying? Les Brown is melanated. He's a motivational speaker. Okay, E.T. the hip hop preacher, he's melanated. You know what I'm saying? And he has a motivational call every morning that people get on, and it's mainly Christian based, but it's not just for Christians. It's motivational. It's inspirational. These are a collection of words, right, backed by spirit that are able to uplift somebody and put them on a particular path for the day to say, look, I'm going to take this energy and I'm going to move forward, okay, through the darkness with this little bit of light. You feel me? I'm going to let this light shine. So I don't see how that is exclusionary of the realities, quote unquote, of racism. But racism is like, it's like a weight in the gym. Like, you could get that shit up off your chest. You could throw it up. You could master that weight at some point, and you can make it work for you eventually once you learn how to master it, because it's ultimately going to make you stronger. Okay? Once you figure out how to conquer the pressure that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to formulate you into a stronger, more just a person that's not only able to do for self, but at some point you can go back in and do for others. You know what I'm saying? On some Harriet Tubman shit, like, you can actually go back and free these slaves once you're able to crack that matrix code. Get on your Morpheus and go back into the matrix and pull a few people out. Okay? Once you figured it out for yourself. Because again, it's illusionary, it's participatory, okay? And I'm going back to my main creed. Bottom line, there are no victims, only volunteers. Okay? So that shit only works at a particular level during a particular time where you are in a space and a place where it can play on you emotionally. Okay? But once you figure out that you came here as a volunteer, not a victim, then you're supposed to rise above that, man.
To close it out, Blue, I definitely appreciate the positive message, especially a message to a community who sometimes, it's different delivering a positive message than to other communities. We've seen that with the documentary The Secret and many other documentaries dealing with that message.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Because The Secret had Michael Beckwith in it.
Yeah.
The Secret had Lisa Nichols in it.
Lisa Nichols, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there might be others. I got to go back and brush off. The Secret, Oprah utilized it. So,
right.
Again, we're talking about, right, extremely successful melanated people. How were they able to do it? Because they always want to tell us about the one monkey, the 100 monkey syndrome and all of that, right?
Right.
So it would stand to say scientifically, if that's true, if we can ascribe that to the traumatic and dramatic experiences that we undergo as a people, then you're telling me, okay, because Oprah did it, then that means 100 more of us or 99 more of us should be able to do it. Because Michael Beckwith got it, then that means we all should have access to it. If Lisa Nichols is chopping up game and she's making it an offering, right, that's free, because you could go on YouTube and look at Lisa Nichols, all of her diatribes, or the majority of them, and you can extract gems from them and apply it to your own personal beings, all right? She get paid 100 racks to speak for an hour.
Yeah.
Okay? And I met the sister on 3 different occasions. And every time I met her, she was coming back from international venues. China, Australia. You know what I'm saying? I just got paid 100 racks to speak for an hour about something that I would speak for free for if I had the opportunity. Because it's game at the end of the day. But it's not game to a level where it's duplicit. She's not trying to trick anybody into anything. She had to trick herself out of the trauma that she was in into a level of positivity where it exudes from her, where she only wants to be better and she only wants people around her to be better as well. But other people in other places prescribe a value to that, where she is able to be paid 100 racks to speak for an hour. Okay, so positivity has a major market that we're not tapping into. Okay, major market. All right, so that's the flip side of these conversations. The fact that we don't talk about what's really out there for us, because we in this box dealing with the people who have been damaged by the trauma and the drama, and eventually you're going to become affected by it as well. All right, and that's the risk that we take coming back into the sunken place, wanting to raise people up out of it. Okay, somebody's going to run the risk of trying to break your ankles where you can no longer climb up out the shit yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or break your arm and, you know, start pulling you back in. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to get you in the sunken place with them because misery loves company. We all know how this thing goes. You feel me? So, yeah, you know, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the flip side of the business of positivity.
Blue, to close it out, I'm going to ask you about two opposing views. One view being, if you're into the secret and you're into positivity, quantum physics, metaphysics, and you appreciate the abundance of the universe, and you appreciate, you know, that everything is energy, and you're able to manipulate energy as you want with your intention, you feel as though, you know, sky's the limit when you think that way. There's another view, there's an opposing view that says, due to white supremacy, only a certain amount of people are allowed to make it and be successful and be rich and be wealthy in this country. Oprah, Michael Jordan, you know, a couple of others, let's say LeBron James, P. Diddy, those four. Let's just start with those four. Those four were allowed to get where they got. So don't think you and your fancy metaphysical law of attraction shit is going to get you anywhere, because due to white supremacy, they were allowed to get there. So what do you think about those two opposing views? Because some people feel as though sky's the limit. There's some people say, well, we're in a structure, we're in a system where sky isn't the limit. Only a couple of people, Tiger Woods, a couple of people allowed to make it. What would you say to somebody that's caught in that predicament where they're studying those two systems, white supremacy, Frances Wilson, but they're also studying teachings like The Secret and metaphysical teachings where they think sky's the limit? What advice would you give those people?
I mean, would you rather be the one, or would you rather be the 99? You know what I'm saying? So even if there's only a slot allocated to one or two, you know what I'm saying? What is it about you that would have you believe that that slot is not yours? You feel me? Because there's no prescribed names already ascribed to it. Like, that slot can be filled. And that's what you're supposed to be aiming for, right? In everything that you do, you're supposed to be the best in everything that you do. You're supposed to be showing up in everything that you do and not making no excuses for yourself. So the fact that you feel that you are already allocated to be one of the 99, you've made an excuse for yourself. You've given up on yourself. How do you know that you're not the one? You know what I'm saying? You got to choose yourself first and foremost. So, I mean, it's a shift of mentalities. You know what I mean? It's how do you see yourself in this world? You know? How? You got to ask yourself continuously, every day, why not me? If me, then who? You know what I'm saying? Why not me? You have to convince yourself of this almost, because it's not going to be given to you. You know? Very rarely, should I say, will it be given to you. There's some parents out there that are doing an amazing job. Shout out to y'all. You know, and you are reaffirming this for your children every day, but your children have to, quote unquote, believe it at the end of the day. They're going to have to wear it like a second skin. You know what I'm saying? That got to be the cologne that they put on, or the oils that they put on every single day. It has to be their natural scent. They have to reek of it. Okay? Because you could be pouring into them every single day, and they could be going outside and they get spring a leak and that shit is just pouring out because somebody told them, nigga, you ain't shit. You think you better than us? We all in this sunken place together. All right? Ain't nobody getting up out of here. You feel me? Because it's only one of us that can do it, and one of us have already did it 10, 15 years ago. Okay? And it's one nigga every 30-year cycle. So that ain't you. Right? What they said in the Django, 1 out of every 10,000. What type of ratio does that look like if it's 45 million of us? 44, matter of fact. Huh? So, you know, you got to be the one in everything that you do. You know what I'm saying?
That's good advice, man. Leave your contact info. Let them know how they could get them shirts, my brother.
Yeah, Blue Pillar 44 on Instagram. And I got an email, man. This is for the people in the comments. Okay? We have made ourselves available in a multiplicity of ways. Whether it's the phone number, 347-504-1444. The email, pmorpheus@gmail, PMOORPHEUS@gmail.com. On IG, you could DM or inbox me. All right? Blue Pillar 44, PILLAR 44. Blue Pillar, that's on IG. Paul Moreland, that's on Facebook. What's the problem, family? Okay? I don't read comments, so you putting something in the comment section is not a way that you gonna get my attention. If you need to holler at me, we have given you a lot of different ways, a lot of different mediums. You could come see me at various different venues. I be outside all the time. I'm not hiding behind a computer screen, and I don't have bodyguards. Come holler at me, all right? So if there's something that you ordered that you didn't get, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't get no barrage of that, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Red Pill. He's really working very hard to, return himself to a level of consistency where he has knocked these orders out, and we can continue to look forward to, automating production and distribution and everything else. So apparelnormal.com is the site where my clothing line is at. I have a bunch of new designs coming just in time. Get your Tupac so you can show up, on Friday to the screening. I got a free shipping situation going on. 1 to 3 days is going to be there, all right? If you need it to be expressed, holla at me, because like I said, we want you to show up to the premiere, all right, with that Legend apparel looking right, representing baby for the legend. All right? So again, man, let positivity be the order of the day. Stand on that. And, in this community, you're going to see how lonely you become. But guess what? It's a big world out there. And there are more people that are gravitating towards positivity than negativity. You wouldn't know because your search engine is only showing you, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even going to shout none of these platforms or these titles out. But they only giving you videos for them platforms, right? Google knows something about your ass. Okay? You got to switch your algorithms up. You feel me? You got to start shaking your algorithms up. You got to start going to look, you know what I'm saying? And chances are I ain't even going to get there because hip-hop is not even this negative and toxic. So I can't even be like, if you showing up for the chatty patties and you know what I'm saying? I've heard Red say it multiple times. Like, we watch Everyday Struggle with Joe Buttons and DJ Academics. You know what I'm saying? Like, hip-hop is nowhere as negative as the quote-unquote conscious community. There's nowhere near as many reality shows going on in that situation as going on in this situation. So I can't even compare the two. You know what I mean? Is Google know your searches and your algorithms and shit. They looking at your friends on Facebook and Instagram, and they putting you in the YouTube sunken place. Y'all need to get up out of there. Y'all need to go and subscribe to Infinite Waters and God damn it, if you're not a subscriber to this channel, you need to subscribe, and you need to go to Patreon, and you need to support, you know what I mean? You need to download that Know the Ledge app, all right? You know, that's going to change your algorithms, because Google know we don't fuck with that shit, all right? So please, man, get it out of your life, man, and you know, if you're mired by your traumatic and your dramatic experiences, you know, more positivity, man. Just, you know, like study the law of attraction and all of that stuff. It gets knocked a lot. They call that pseudo as well. You know what I'm saying? So you just need to study the Hermetic principles and understand that that's just one of them. You know what I'm saying? The law of attraction is just one of those principles, man. These are universal laws. Don't let nobody trick you out of that bag, okay? It's what you need to sustain in this particular dimension. You need to know these laws. You need to abide by them. You know what I'm saying? You need to have your heart in the right place at all times, all right? So please, man, say no to negativity. You feel me?
Word. And on that note, we sign out, family. Peace.
Peace, family. This Brother Rich from UGR, urging all my viewers and subscribers to help support the channel by donating just $1 to the UGR PayPal account. We appreciate the viewership and support, and we understand the power of $1. If you benefit in any way, shape, or form, we ask that you donate $1, whether it be monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, or yearly, so that we can build our brand to compete with the NBCs, the MTVs, and the Foxes of the world. I figured since Kanye could ask Mark Zuckerberg for $1 billion, I could ask my subscribers to donate $1 so I could make the best possible content possible. The main objective of this channel is to inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. So hopefully throughout the years of you watching this program, you have been inspired to become the greatest version of yourself. If you would like to donate, you could go to www.paypal.com and send a donation to richandmerit7@yahoo.com. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your program.
I went from living like monks, living out back of the trunk, to pockets of fat with the mumps, pockets of fat like the clubs. Now I am living like Trump. Now I am living like Trump. Mimosas and mimosas, mimosas, samosa, mimosas, samosa, the Morris Costa Nostra. Pulling up in Testarossa, we charging the debt, discharging the debt. Discharging the debt, recharging the jet. Swipers on deck, ciphers on deck, ciphers on deck. Wipers on deck, wipers on deck. My life is on check, my life is on check. My life is on tubes, my life is a Jew. My life is on you, my wife is on two, my wife is on two. I'm going for 3, you know it is me. Bread is the pillar, the jet is my pillar.